Hello everyone and welcome to PostgreSQL Crash Course Day 9. This is your host Mohan and my WhatsApp number is displayed on my screen if you want to connect with me on WhatsApp or if you want to get added into the WhatsApp group. So today we are going to learn about the schema. So schema is nothing but it is just a namespace within a database. So what is namespace? Namespace is just a way to organize the database objects. So schema is a namespace within a database that groups related database objects like tables, users, and indexes. So if you want to understand schema, so consider an example of an organization. So in an organization, we have multiple departments like admin, HR, transport, legal. There can be multiple departments. So by using schema, in PostgreSQL, we can create different schema as per the department. For example, we can have admin schema, we can have HR schema, we can have transport schema, and we can create tables related to those department under that schema. So in this case, if you create the structure like this, if you put department related tables in particular uh, schema, so you can separate those department and a user of one department or one schema will not have access to the user of will not have access to the data of other department, which is really not needed. So and also we can grant different access to those particular schemas or to those users who wants to access those schemas. We can also take the backup of schemas. So a schema basically helps in organizing the database objects. So let us go through the command prompt and we'll see how we can create the schema. So here first we will check whether our server is running or not. It is saying no server is running. I'll start the server. So first what I will do, I will create a user and the username will be alpha. So the command will be create user alpha with password alpha at 123. Oh, sorry, I need to go inside the database first. So psql-u postgres. If I click enter, it will ask for the password and I have entered the password. Now I can create this. So this user is created. Let me see how many databases we have at present. So we don't have any user database. We have only Postgres and those template databases. So let me create the database. So for creating the database, command will be create database. The database name will be dbAdmin. Owner will be alpha, the same user which we have created in our last command. So what is this? The server was lost. Attempting reset failed. What happened? Server stopped. Let me start the server. Server started. Okay. Now again, I'll go inside this. Okay, I have cleared the screen. Now what we'll do, we will see if the database is created. No, it is not created. So create database dbAdmin owner alpha. Now database is created. Right now what I will do, I will quit from this database and I will connect that newly created database with the user which we have just created. Okay. So command will be psql hyphen username will be alpha, and database name will be dbadmin, right? So it is asking for the password. So password we have set as alpha at 123. Now we are connected with the user alpha in the database dbadmin which we have created. Now let me quickly create a table. So table will be created as create table. Table name will be status and the column will be stat and it will be varchar data type with 50 is a limit. Okay, so table is created. We can see the table is status and it is in the public schema. Now let me insert some data into this. It is a varchar, so I'll insert a string insert into status table values, and this is the public schema. Now it is inserted. Now we can check what is there in the table now because we have just inserted. So it is showing as this is a public schema because this is what we have inserted. And now we can see how many schemas we have. So we have one schema that is public. We don't have any other schema at present. So let's create one schema. And what is the command for creating the schema? It's simple, create schema and the schema name. So here we are creating a schema called admin. Now if I we check again, it will be there are two schemas now, admin and public. Now I will create another table. So now if I run the same statement which I have just executed to create a table, it will definitely give us the error because this table is already created. So this relation status is already exists because we have already created. But now as we have already created a schema, we can create the table with the same name on that schema. So command will be create table admin. This is the schema name which we have just created. Dot status. Table name is same, but it is creating under the admin schema. Right? Table is created. Now we will insert some data into that table. Create table. Okay, sorry, create table we have already done. We have to insert some data. So we will insert into admin.status. Value will be this is the admin schema. So we will be inserting this one. It is inserted. Now check how many records we have. Only one, that is this is the admin schema. Okay, so we have two table. One is with the public schema, that is status. Other table is admin.status. It is in admin schema. And we'll check again the total schema. We have two. Now we will create another schema, but here there is a different command. So command is create schema authorization alpha. So alpha is the user by which we have connected to this DB admin database. So this is another way to create a schema with the same name. So same name as user. So it is created. If I again check the schemas, it will be admin schema, which we have created earlier. Alpha schema is just created and public was already there, right? So now what I will do, I will again create a table with the name alpha.status. This is another schema, alpha.status, right? Table is created and now I will insert the data inside this. Data will be, this is the alpha schema, right? And if I check the status, I mean the select star from this table, it will be alpha schema. Okay, now we have three different schemas. One is alpha, one is another one admin we have created, and one was public. We have three schema, three tables. So if I want to see what are the tables with the same name, so name was the status, right? So there is a utility that is called pg tables. We can run that pg table. So select star from pg tables where table name equals to status because the name is same. If we run this command, it will show us all the information about the status table. So it is showing us the table name is status, schema is public, alpha, admin, and this is the owner, right? So now if I simply type select a star from a status without giving any schema name, what it will take? Let's see. So it is taking the alpha schema. It means it is not going to the public schema. It is by default taking the alpha schema, which is the user uh, which we have connected with. It is created with the same name and with the command authorization. And why is it so? Because there is a command, so show search path. If you run this command, it is saying that it will first check the this dollar user, whatever the schema which is created with this name, it will search for that first and then other schema it will search. So it will give only this information which is currently in this schema. So in this schema we have one this table. That's why it is giving this is the alpha schema statement. We can also change it. So let me set the schema as public first and user later. It is set, and now if I run the same statement again, select star from status without giving any schema name. Now this time it is giving the public because we have changed this. Because if we now run this statement again, it will give us, oh sorry. Mhm. 1 minute. PG underscore CTL start. Okay. Now enter. Okay, so if I want to see what is the search path set, because as we have changed it, it is showing as user and public. I think we have already set this back to the user and public. Okay, so this is the default one, right? User first and public later. So what I will do now I will drop one of the table which we have created earlier. Let me see how many tables. Now this one we will run the command where we'll see the total tables again one more time. Yeah, so we still have those tables. Now what I will do, I will drop one table. So we are in the alpha schema now. I'll drop this alpha dot status. So it is drop, right? And now if I want to check the select star from status, it is showing us the public schema because that we have already deleted this table status table, right? So now if I will try to delete this schema alpha which we have created, let me drop. It is dropped, right? Now let me check how many schemas we have. We have two schemas now because alpha we have deleted. Now if I will try to delete this schema called admin, let me see if we can delete. So it is saying cannot drop schema admin because other objects depend on it. So if we remember this one table, that is admin dot status is created under the admin schema. That's why we are not able to drop it. So for dropping this, first we need to drop the uh, either we need to drop the table first and then schema, or there is a command called drop schema cascade. So if we, I don't know why it is keeps crashing today. Okay, so yeah, so let me check the schema first. Okay. Yeah, so now if I try to drop the schema with this command, drop schema admin, and it is not allowing us to drop because we have the table dependent on it. So if we want to drop the schema, we have to run this command drop schema admin cascade. So by this that schema is dropped. Yeah, so this is all about schema, and this is it for today. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.